Hello my dudes, welcome back to the Siege of Littleton. Last episode we discovered the best way for us to make steel, and we began that journey through immersive engineering. We made some big progress towards armoring our guards, and we fended off a raid that almost cost us a couple of our guards' lives. Very deadly. This episode I want to finish that journey by prioritizing a blacksmith and getting our guards equipped with some really cool heavy plate steel armor. Now I've completed some research to unlock both the blacksmith and the smeltery, because the smeltery is going to be important for some other research we're doing along the way. And I was looking for an area to put this. I thought about this nice area of flatland over here, but I want to be mindful that we're going to need to upgrade our farms at some point because we're going to have a lot of dudes. We're going to need a lot of crops to keep them well fed. But the area behind it, where the mine is, that could be perfect, you know? So I set the builders up on a journey to build both the smeltery and the blacksmith over here on this hill. It's nice, it's kind of out of the way, because we don't want these buildings to be centralized, but also I'm thinking this rough area is going to be where we're going to focus on the metals and ore-based industry of the colony. These buildings went up pretty quick, but again, because our builder's huts are level 4, why not take these two buildings up to level 4 as well? It's going to give us a lot more room recipe-wise over at the blacksmith, which is going to come in really handy for a nice flexible range of weapons and armor. But also I figured it was about time we add some real decoration over here as well, so we've given it a bit of a quick once-over and made the area look all nice and pretty. I think it looks pretty good so far. Anyway, let's get on with the episode. What's up, boys, citizens? So the first thing I want to show you guys is, well, let's go downstairs and I'm going to show you steel production. Now, you can be forgiven for thinking that we're walking into a German rave nightclub. Because, yeah, these preheaters are not fully powered. Oh yeah, listen to those preheaters misfiring. So basically we've got two water wheels over here. They're supposed to be powering our preheaters, but they don't really give enough power. So the preheat is kind of intermittent, which is slowing things down massively, but let me walk you through how things work down here. Now it all begins with a barrel we filled with spruce gathered from our create farms. The wood goes into these coke ovens that turn it into creosote, which is going over here into this tank and this fluid tank trash. But the wood becomes charcoal, goes into this pipe, and is fed underneath here through this hatch and arrives over here at this iron barrel. We've also got a couple of iron farms set up, putting iron into this barrel as well. The iron and the charcoal go all the way up here to these barrels on top of these blast furnaces. The blast furnaces combine the iron and the charcoal to make steel that comes out on these conveyor belts eventually. A bit of a slow burn, but it does happen over time. And there we go, and the steel goes down this conveyor belt. Got to be careful because I think you can pick it up. But it goes into this drawer over here, and right now we have 321. It's not a huge amount, but it's enough to get us going. Now, the pipe at the end we need to configure. When we hook this pipe up, it's going to go into the stash, and that's going to feed steel into our warehouse, and that means we can work with it. So I've got to go and grab some pipes and get that set up. So yeah, with a few pipes here hooked up, we can send this steel into our warehouse. Need to make sure we're setting it to suck. There we go, that's going to slowly pull the steel out of there. Not the quickest of things, but it doesn't need to be quick. In fact, this entire steel setup, even though it looks amazing and cool, is actually kind of slow. But we'll leave it to it. We're getting steel, that's the important part. The next is, well, yeah, we've got a blacksmith now. We're getting steel into the system, but we need to get the blacksmith configured so we can actually make some weapons and armor. Now, the other big thing I want to do that I haven't done for a long time is give out some colonist names. So I'm going to pop over here, slam the button a few times.
Welcome to the Siege of Littleton. Welcome
and we're going to get a whole bunch of names.
Welcome.
Oh my god. This was a mistake. This was a massive mistake.
Welcome to the Siege of Littleton.
But we're going to get a few names and start dishing them out to the new guys that have arrived.
Welcome to the Siege of Littleton.
But there we go, that's a few name tags. Let's go and prioritize some of the big dudes that have moved in, starting with the blacksmith. So we finished the research that was locking us at 25 colonists. That means we do have a lot more dudes in the colony, but let's start naming some of these dudes. So we don't actually want a smelter. It's a useless job for us at the moment. So yeah, manage workers and make that manual. But we do need a blacksmith. It's a big job. So let's get someone over here. Where's the hut? Here it is. Right, so manage workers, show employed, yes. And what can we replace? We're going to pull over a courier because we've got loads of them. And Mr. Citizen here has some good stats for this. So we'll hire him and pull him over and give him a name. And the first name on my list is Ender Drake.
Need something?
There you go. Ender Drake is now our blacksmith. Welcome to the crew. We'll get him set up with all of his blacksmith recipes in a minute. But we've got to go around the colony now. I want to dish out some names and get more of you dudes in. So let's speedrun this. Our brand new farmer is going to be Lycander, the grave robber. Maybe you're not robbing graves anymore. Maybe you're robbing crops. Rob those crops. I suppose like a carrot is kind of like a dead body, just buried there, ready for grave robbing. Farmers are like the grave robbers of vegetables. Next up, we're hitting the barracks, and it's time to rename some guards. So over here, we have a female, who is going to be Lady Alexaria.
Can I help you?
Alexisaria. And for a male name, we're going to go with, oh my god, Beldar. Beldar is going to be our other guard. Boom, Beldar and Lady Alexisaria. It's a tricky name, but we'll get these guys some weapons pretty soon. Over here, we have two fabulous ladies. They are going to be Tiessa and Lady Meadow Fox.
You are so wise. Hi.
There we go. Welcome, girls, to the colony. Over here, we got two more dudes. Man and a woman. I think Maybesso is a girl's name. So Maybesso. And if it's not, I'm really sorry. Lucas Armbrust, though, is going to be our other guard.
Hey, good to see you then.
Then over here, a couple of strapping young lads. We've got Kev Shadowstorm, who is the strappiest of strappies, and he's got a goatee in real life, so we'll give him to the guy with the beard. Looks a lot like you, Kev. This guy looks a lot like you. If this guy will move.
Great to see you.
There we go. There's Kev. Then over here at our other barracks, we have
What can I do for you?
Dark Ruin, Guard Supreme. We have another guy over here. This is going to be... Oh, wait, we've got two people here. Is this two people? No, that's a woman. That's going to be Moth. Welcome to the colony, Moth. There's also
It's a fine day.
another guy hiding. When these guys clip through, I can't rename them. So we'll get these guys some swords, and I'll have to come back to the names. We also need a name for this courier over here. And this is going to be
What's it
Lord
today, then?
Mixer of Time. And if he's such a Time Lord, maybe he'll make timely deliveries from the warehouse. Sure, that's how it works. No courier in the other hut, though, and neither with the last one, because, yeah, we've got enough couriers for now. We have a doctor who needs a name, so we're going to call you Legion, which kind of makes sense, right? Legion is a good doctor's name, I think. Yeah, cool, we'll go with it. Our knight over here is going to be called Sarune.
Afternoon, isn't it?
Sarune Yom, welcome to the crew. We have another courier over here. It's Snorre. Welcome to the crew. And that's about it for now. Looking at these stats, though, things are going really well. 9.4 on overall happiness. Well, let's get into it. So we want to get our guards tooled up with steel armor before the next raid happens. That's going to be really big. So let's head on over to the blacksmith and get him configured with all the recipes he's going to need. Now, getting the blacksmith to level 4 has given us room for loads of recipes. Look at this, 80 possible recipes we can put in here. But with Epic Knights mod, there's a lot of component parts we also need to teach the blacksmith. For example, they're going to need to know how to make steel rings, which means they need to know how to make steel nuggets. It's a very involved process. So a steel ingot over here into steel nuggets is essential. Then they want steel chainmail, which is again rings into the mesh. Very expensive. Wait, hang on a sec. This is not a blacksmith recipe? Oh my god, the blacksmith cannot turn steel rings into steel chainmail. Oh, I know why. Minecolonies automatically assigns recipes that have vanilla ores and things, but we're going to have to make our own set of steel chainmail. That should be okay though if we make like a stack, We can toss it into the warehouse, and the blacksmith can still use those. Well, okay, not the end of the day. What about leather strips? So to finish the weapons, we are going to need to make a Fletcher. Okay, that's going to be a big one. And hilts, hilts cannot be made in Minecolonies. That's a real big bummer, but you know what? It's kind of okay. Now we're going to have to select an armor style for our guards. I want to kind of stay consistent, and most of the armor from Epic Knights mod is pretty solid. It's all pretty much the same, but we want some stuff that looks really cool. So for helmets, we're going to teach the knights how to make these armets, armée. It might be French. A lot of weaponry from those times was French. But here we go. The recipe for barbutes, then convert them into armets. Very good. You also need to know how to make steel plates. So we'll put that in there as well. Very good. And then they can make these helmets from the ground up. Then we're going to go for regular knight armor, so they know how to make steel plates, but the half armor, yeah, there we go, steel plates and steel ingots. Done. Next up, the knight leggings, and this is really good because none of this stuff actually needs steel chainmail, which means we can bypass that error in the blacksmith not being able to make them. Pretty cool, so knight leggings. There we go, some knights going to be born in the colony today. Oh, this is going to be great. And knight boots as well. There we go, and that's a full set of armor that we can get to all of our guards. Now we're going to look at the weaponry. Now the way I want to do weapons is going to be a bit different. I'm going to let the blacksmith randomly give the guards whatever they happen to request. We're just going to teach them a bunch of recipes. So the first thing we're going to do is give them bastard swords, because I like a bastard sword. A steel Zweihander, why not? Also a steel Ranseur, that sounds pretty cool. I really like the look of these Warhammers, so we're going to go for a steel heavy Warhammer, which is going to use a regular stick, because, you know, we're not going to go anything fancy here. Regular stick. We'll put a steel Morningstar in, they look pretty cool. We also want, I love the idea of steel flails, these look amazing. We'll need to teach steel chains, obviously. That's a good point. Oh, no, again, we can't because it uses steel rings. Oh, man, that's crazy. There's a steel heavy mace. This thing looks the bee's knees. Get in here. And I don't know what a cat's balger is, but you know what? Let's make one of those too. Boom, there we go. And that's a whole bunch of weapons and armor ready for the crafting. Now I keep seeing couriers hopping over here with what I presume is steel deliveries. So this guy is ready to rock. He is looking for a chance to make this stuff. Let's go and finish what we need to do to get the weapons done as well. We're going to need to grab some leather and turn it into those grips. Now we have a slight problem over here at the warehouse because I wasn't picking up the cactus. It looks like we've had a little bit of cactus overflow over here. Look at this, 5,000 cactus. Don't worry, I'm going to clean that up. But for now, we're looking for leather. Where's leather at? Get a couple of stacks of this, and let's make some grips. So if I remember rightly, open up my crafting table on a stick. We're looking for a grip recipe. Pretty simple, leather scraps. So we'll make a whole bunch of these. Then we'll make a stack of hilts. And this is enough for 64 guards, so perfect to get started with. And we're just going to toss these back into the warehouse, and fingers crossed a guard should come and pick these up. Also, our colony needs a name. I took a look through the comments section, and I think it's a really good idea from you guys. We're going to name the colony after our most valuable friend and comrade, Dunselfrenius. We're going to call it Dunselberg. Dunselberg? Yeah, sure. Kind of sounds like Gettysburg, which didn't really end very well, if my history is correct. But what do you think about that, Dunny?
I obviously don't care what you call this place. Can you please leave me to work on this portal?
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it. Good luck with that. Okay, my dudes, so we've got the blacksmith set up. That's got loads of recipes being made. Let's see if we can see any guards wandering around, seeing if they're wearing any new armor, actually, because they should be by now. It's going to take our couriers some time to deliver all of those bits of armor around the colony, but there must be some guys walking around already in some gear. Billy's one of our old school dudes. He's wearing, obviously, the chainmail and the spear, and if he enjoys it, we're not going to bother him with that. You know, that's fine. Live your best life, Billy, being a spearman. But you know what, let's take a look at research now. So we did a few bits of research here and there. I'll show you exactly which ones. We did outpost that gets us to 50 citizens, but we're a ways off getting hamlet for 100. We will need 128 stake, but that's going to be pretty easy to do. We have completed higher learning, so we've got the school. That could be really important. We've also got the mystical site, and we've got the graveyard. Oh, the graveyard, yeah, of course. The stamina for hospital, one of the big ones I want to do is something that gets kids growing up quicker. So for 32 cooked chickens, I think nurture will be really good. Let's go and grab the chickens. Also, I want to do some guard research. So we've done most of these now, down level 1. Taunt, I don't think we really need just yet because most of our guys are knights. But for a couple of bits of iron, we can give our guards 0.5 damage. Doesn't sound like a lot, but as we go up, that's going to increase and become quite substantial. So 2 blocks of iron and some cooked chickens. Here we go, this should be exactly what we need. So over here in combat, it was quick draw for knight damage, pretty big one. And then in civilian, I think it was, we wanted to... Oh no, we need to build the actual school before we can do this research. Well, okay, maybe there's something else we can do on the quick while we're waiting for that. What about... Oh, we could make dodge. Or parry. Yeah, we want to focus on knights over archers at the moment, so parry is going to be a big one. I'll get some iron and we can complete this. In fact, there's some in my backpack, which is pretty handy. So, over in combat, parry. Knight's armor plus 5%. Again, doesn't seem huge, but it will be in the long run. And there we go. So the next buildings, oh man, you know what? I'm not quite sure what we want to build next. I'm feeling like next episode I want to have a really big build session where we get a whole bunch of buildings down and start to really map out our colony. Other things we want to think about as well are the walls for the colony. We've got a big old space around us, but it'd be nice to get like a nice border going around this whole place to give us some extra protection. We will need to make sure we give it loads of gates, because the last thing you want are barbarians stuck and digging through your walls, because they will do that, and that's messy. Now you may have noticed we've had a bit of a problem over here at our tree farms. Things have gone a bit crazy because we turned off our create tree farms. We already got like thousands and thousands and thousands of logs from this thing. It's done its job, but now I want to fold back and work on the last production building, which I do actually have in my backpack somewhere. Yeah, here we go. The Forester's Hut. For a couple of reasons, the Forester is actually a really good building from Minecolonies. It's a really great way to farm trees. It also comes with a decoration field that makes farming trees much, much easier. So we're going to plonk this over here out behind the barracks. We've expanded the borders over here. So a forest over here on the edge. Yeah, you know what? This is going to be pretty cool. Now, as buildings go, this is one of the most basic of basics. We're going to swivel it around a bit. We don't want it to be like too uniform over here. I think this is a nice spot. At level 5, it looks pretty basic, but you know what? It still looks pretty cool. We're going to plonk this down. Oh no, raiders! What's this? Oh, these guys are the worst. Well, I'm going to need a shield for this because they're packing some range. So let's go and take them out. Come at me, raiders! Oh yeah! This flail does some serious damage, and I love the animations. Now I can't see my health, but I'm assuming I'm pretty good. There we go. Nice, dispatched. Yeah, not too bad. I'm not even on half health. In fact, do you know what? I'm still rocking crappy old iron armor. Let's make myself some real good steel armor. But we'll do it after we built the Forester's Hut, because this is quite a big one. So we've got the Forester's Hut here, but also what we want to do is build the Forester's Field decoration. This is really cool. It's an infrastructure under fields. And if you find tree farm, we'll go for spruce because that's the big one for us at the moment. And this is just a really nice and well-designed field that should eliminate most bugs that are prevalent with the forester's hut, because sometimes trees can get really buggy in this mod. But the field comes with like set spacing between where the saplings go, so it's perfectly designed for maximum efficiency from your forester. So we'll also build this. We'll get Lyra on this one, Ben on the forester's hut, and let's watch this go up. And there we go, the forester's hut and the decoration that's going to make it easy to grow trees all set up. Now we will get a forester. Oh wait, we've already got a forester in here? No. Now we will get this hut configured later on. It's not a priority for us because wood is kind of okay for now. What we were really doing was waiting for the guards to get their armor, but I've seen some guys walking around and I'm a little bit disappointed in these dudes. I was hoping they'd show a bit of, you know, inspiration, ingenuity, creativity, but no, every single one of these dudes has chosen to rock, where is it? Inventory. Yeah, steel short swords. Come on, my dudes. It's like terrible attack damage. I mean, a good attack speed, but that's just terrible. Also, none of them are trying to wear any armor. So do you know what, my dudes? We're going to jump the gun. I'm going to make a mailbox and put in a request for some steel armor. And if I put it in the warehouse, I think the guards will then equip it. But I feel like the guards don't go out of their way to request armor. So here it is, the post box from Minecolonies. We've got everything we need for this. Very essential. We're going to park it downstairs in front of the house because that's just an easier way of doing things. We'll put it over here, opposite the other one. So we're going to request some armor. So we want to request, I think we're going to go for 16 of each to start with. 16 knight armor, 16 knight boots, 16 knight leggings, and 16... what was the helmet called again? Armets. And there we go, 16 armets. We're also going to request a range of weaponry as well. And also some bastard swords as well. We'll get these guys some shields too, because that would be pretty cool. So we'll... actually, no, we didn't configure shields over at the blacksmith. Now, we did some research that means that guards can use shields. So it'd be absolutely crazy for us to not equip these guys that have got like the long swords or the one-handed weapons. Those guys should definitely be rocking some shields. Let's go and see what our options are. So if we scroll down here, there's a few different options. There's pavis, there's round shields, there's kite shields. I think kite shields are pretty cool. So we'll teach the recipe for steel kite shield. There we go, but the actual wooden bit in the middle, we'll have to make our... oh no, wait, we can get the blacksmith to make these bits as well. Oh, there's also these heater shields. These also look amazing. So we'll get the steel heater shield. That's a recipe we're going to teach. So yeah, this is all going through the system now, but there's a lot of requests here. This is going to take our couriers quite some time to deliver. Hopefully they'll get this stuff delivered to the post box though in time for the next raid, because I want to make sure our guards are fully decked out for the next big wave. It's going to be a big one now because we've got more dudes who've done the research that gets us a bigger colony. The more dudes and the more buildings you have, the more barbarians you get, and our barbarians of course are maxed. Now obviously as well, I could use a bit of armor myself, so I'm going to make myself a nice set of steel armor, but I want to set myself apart from the guards. I'm going to make some fancy stuff. What's this ceremonial armor? Right, so it looks like we can make some ceremonial armor with some gilding templates, so small steel plates. Yeah, this is not a problem. We'll make a bunch of these, and I'm going to make myself some ceremonial armor. Oh, looks like there's only ceremonial hat and chest. There is no ceremonial boots or leggings. Well, okay, that kind of works out. So let's put this stuff on. There we go. Now I'm going to equip this and see what it looks like as a style. Cosmetic armor. Don't hide this stuff. Wait, oh no! The helmet doesn't have a skin. Oh, that's a real shame. I wanted to wear this really cool helmet. But you know what? That's fine. That's a lot of extra armor. Plus with my... Wait, iron flail? No, let's make ourselves a nice big steel weapon. So I'm going to graduate from the flail and the shield, because I don't like carrying around a shield. It makes seeing really difficult. We're going to instead make ourselves a big weapon, like a massive sword. What's the biggest sword there is? Probably a Zweihander. So we're going to make ourselves a diamond Zweihander. Oh yeah, that is a big sword. That is a very big sword indeed. On guard, my compadres. Oh, and look at this pose. Oh, that's a slow weapon. This is going to be deadly, but tricky to use. Cannot wait for the next raid to try this thing out. Anyway, let's go and check our mailbox, see what's arrived, because these guys have been moving. Oh yes, we're getting weapons and stuff being delivered. Let's start giving these to the guards. I'll put them in the warehouse first, see if they get delivered from the warehouse to our guards. But the first thing I should probably do is make sure our guys can actually wear them. So Beldar, hold up. Hold up, bro. Show me your inventory. So there's some leggings. Can you wear these? Oh, you're joking. I don't know if Beldar is high enough level at his guard tower to use these. Let's take a look. It is used by Minecolonies citizens. Oh no, that's why our guys haven't requested any of this stuff. It's level 4. That makes a lot of sense. Well, it's got to be a priority then to get our barracks and our guard towers up to level 4 because we need these guys in amazing armor. Oh my god, no! Look at this! Our comrades, some pirates. So these aren't barbarians, these are actual pirates. Now this is a bad time for this to happen because our guards are not wearing any armor. They've got a good weapon. But if there's ever going to be a guard massacre, it's going to be tonight. So we're going to rally the guards. There's my banner. Oh dear. Rally them. 19 guards. We've got quite the army. But where are these guys coming from? Oh, there we go. I can see the pirate ship already. It's way over there. So we'll go to the north, which is this way. Oh my god, yeah, you can see it on the horizon there, the pirate ship. This thing looks epic and amazing. Let's go and defend the raid. Now, I've got a diamond Zweihander for this, so I should be able to deal some serious damage. Now, I don't know how many there are. It doesn't look like a big raid because it's pirates, but they're all just like chilling on the boat at the moment, so any second now they're going to leave and come over here, and our guys can, yeah, defend against that raid. Are they stuck? You know what? There could be so many pirates that they're stuck on their boats.
So precarious, it rained.
Do you know what, my dudes? They're not moving. They're stuck on the boat. Well, okay, I'm gonna go and investigate. The guards can go home. That's fine. Oh my god, look at this run animation. This is amazing. Here I come, pirates. You ain't ready for this. Yeah, look at this. Oh my god, they're bugged out. They're stuck underneath. Okay, so. Oh no, I'm toast. Oh my god, no. Oh. That is why I cannot defend an entire raid myself. Okay, so their bug has been fixed. They are moving. Let's go back into third person, get my Zweihander out. So yeah, one of the big drawbacks about using a massive two-handed sword is you don't have a shield. And these pirates, I think like 50% of them are bowmen. So it's really kicking my ass. These are only filthy pirates, which should be a good battle. But I am taking a lot of damage from these guys. Oh my god. I do a lot of damage, but I take a lot too. Which means I think my guards that aren't wearing any armor, they're going to get eviscerated. Yeah, look at this. Oh my god, Beldar. You're getting picked off. Yeah, this is a big problem. They are sitting in the water, shooting their bows, and they've got incredible range. So we're going to have to do something about this. For one, it's obvious now, I'm going to need a whole bunch of archers, because we can't deal with a raid like this with melee. No, we need our own ranged attacks, our own artillery to match this absolute nightmare. What I'm going to do in the meantime is go onto their boat and break the spawners, because that's how you have to deal with pirates. You have to break their spawners. It's a bit of a nightmare, but we can do it. Oh no, Tiesa! Oh no. Okay, we've got to deal with these pirates. Oh my god! Dude, civilian, no! Oh, how are we gonna... Oh, this is a mistake. I should have gotten my guards some better armor, and pirates are a real nightmare. They're also bugged to the nines. But here we go, breaking the spawners. Easy job. Oh no, that's it, look at this. So the pirates were killed. Oh, it's Mia. Mia has come to save the day. She's actually ventured out further than the colony should let her. But she said, you know what, enough's enough. Let's deal with these pirates. And that's it, they should all be dead. Man, this was a real eye-opener. So we lost a couple of dudes. Let's have a sleep and go and see who that was over at the town hall. Oh man, what a messy raid. Pirates. Pirates are the worst. I hate pirates. I never want to have to deal with a pirate raid ever again. But we undoubtedly will have to. So we've got to steel ourselves for that. But let's go and see who died. I think it was only Tiesa and somebody unnamed. And don't worry, Tiesa, we are going to reassign your name to a new knight, because that was a bit of a dirty way to go. Yeah, that's weird. It's not covered in events, but we can see it in the log. Tiesa died. Oh man, not as much as I did though. That was crazy. And I lost all of my XP, 50 levels. That's in the grand scheme, not that bad. So my dudes, a massive thank you for watching this episode of The Siege of Littleton. This episode we built the blacksmith's hut, got all the recipes configured so we can get our guards wearing the proper armor. We did discover they need to be level 4 to actually equip steel armor. But since our builder's huts are level 4, we can definitely get our barracks and our guard towers up to level 4. Next episode, we're going to probably work on getting the buildings upgraded around the colony and have a big old pass on the decorations. But a massive thank you for watching, my dudes. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Oh man, I love this pose. It looks so cool. But until next time, my dudes. What is he doing there? Thank you for watching and take care.